Hello and welcome to Baking with Lippy. I promised you I'd give you a little video tutorial on how to make bread because, as I'm sure we'll talk about later, all the bread you find in the grocery stores is actually made and produced by some very evil secret shadowy organizations. And if you want to find out more about that, I suggest you go to my YouTube channel or look forward to reading my new book because I'm going to talk all about it. But doesn't matter because here we are, we're gonna make some bread. This is something you could do. It's very easy, and all it takes is a couple very simple ingredients. I promise you there's no baby blood or human sacrifice like rituals or anything like that. It's just flour, water, instant yeast, and some salt. That's about it. You technically use salt in some sort of satanic rituals, but I promise you no satanic rituals here. This is just gonna be the quickest, easiest bread. You can prepare it at night. It rises overnight, and then I'm gonna show you in the next section what you do in the morning. But just to prepare, all you need is a little bowl like this. I use a little glass bowl, and I have a measuring cup with 1.5 cups of water. You could use whatever kind of water you want. I'm using tap water. Yeah, I know. I probably should be using some purified spring water if we want to be all pure about it. But it's all about cooking with consciousness out there, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So it doesn't matter what kind of water you use. It just matters how much. 1.5 cups. What we're going to do is we're going to use 3 cups of flour. You can use any kind of flour you want. Depends on what kind of bread you want to make. I'm using an organic bread flour here. It's an artesian bread flour from this good company. What's it called? Bob's. Praise Bob. So what we're going to do first is just add the ingredients together. It's super easy. It takes like 5 minutes. I'm going to take a cup. I'm going to put 3 cups of flour into the bowl. Doesn't have to be absolutely precise. You don't have to get it just right. Just make sure you're measuring just about even on each cup here. That's 2. And getting to the end of this one here, you're gonna have to get more. Promise you, it's cheaper to do it this way as well. And that's 3. So we're done with the flour. We can get rid of that. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast. I use this instant yeast here. You can get at the grocery store. It's super cheap. I think it's like $1 per packet. They make organic ones, different variations. But the point is you want dry yeast. This is what makes the bread grow overnight. I'll do a video probably about sourdough starter, which is a much more detailed process. We're not at that stage yet. You're just a level 1 initiate. So we're gonna go 1 step at a time. I measured everything out already. So here, and I have this little cup here, a 1/4 teaspoon of dry yeast. You just sprinkle that into the dough or into the flour. And then what you do is you take a teaspoon of salt. I'm just using regular, good old Morton's iodized salt as featured in the movie Hocus Pocus, one of my favorite witchcraft movies of all time. So there is a little witchcraft, I guess, involved with making bread. What's the way I like to think of it? Try to have a little bit of fun with it. The next thing you want to do is you want to stir this stuff together. You can use a spoon or a fork or some kind of device. I'm just going to use a fork since I have one right here. And you're just going to take the ingredients dry and stir them together for a little while just to kind of incorporate them. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is the easiest bread you could possibly make. I mean, there's YouTube videos on this online, but I wanted to make one personal for you guys because I'm sick and tired of this whole evil bread scenario. If you ever seen the movie They Live, you know, when I put on those glasses, I walk through the grocery store. Every time I look at the middle aisles inside of any grocery store, I see the same ingredients. It's all preservatives and a bunch of bullshit. But not today, folks, because we're going to put our own stuff in the bread. We know exactly what we're putting in the bread. So anyway, I think that's enough mixing. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 1.5 cups of water. I got a nice little measuring cup here, but you can use any type of measuring device you want. And then I'm just going to slowly add in the water. I'm doing it counterclockwise. That's, a question I always like to ask people. How do you stir? Do you stir clockwise or counterclockwise? I kind of do it both ways. I like to go both ways because sometimes I go forward in time, sometimes I go backward in time. Really doesn't matter. It's just about adding the water to the ingredients. So I'm going to take this same fork here, because I'm just going to start stirring this together. And the key thing is you want to just get it all incorporated. You just want the dough to form. You don't have to knead. You don't have to use your hands. If you want to use your hands, you can. It's not a very sticky dough like sourdough bread is, as I will show you eventually. But the key thing here is it doesn't take a lot of time. So you just kind of stir it all together until there's no more dry flour in the bowl. I'll bring this up to the camera. See, it's I don't know. I haven't been timing it. Hopefully I'm not over exceeding my expectations here. This is a really easy thing to do. But since the dry yeast is in there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this sit in a ball, just like this, overnight. I'm gonna bring it over and show you. This is what you want it to look like. Just a little ball. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball. Just like a lump of wet flour with yeast and Magick and stuff in it. So you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, get some saran wrap. I have some right over here. It'll only take me 2 seconds to grab it because in a good kitchen, you want to make sure you have everything ready to go. I didn't have to go all the way into Wonderland. If anyone's been in my kitchen before, you know Wonderland is just beyond that door over there. Fortunately, we didn't have to go all the way down the rabbit hole to get this saran wrap. Just let me tell you, I hate saran wrap, by the way. It's, I think one of the big lessons in life is to learn how to cut this without getting it all tangled in the process. And I'm still not there yet, but the idea is once you get your dough in the bowl, you want to seal it up with the saran wrap. Some bowls are perfectly shaped to fit the saran wrap, others are not. So depending on what kind of bowl you use, this might be easier or harder. I like to use a glass bowl, and this is really like a no way you can screw this up kind of bread. There's so many other ways to make bread. Go online, do that, but this is all you gotta do. That's it. I like to do this at nighttime. What time is it right now? It's about 9:45 p.m. California time. I do this like relatively before I go to sleep, and then I just leave it sealed on the counter overnight, and then in the morning, that's when we bake it. I'll show you the next part of the video in the morning. It's really easy. There's one thing that you might not have that you should probably get if you want to do this, but I'll do a little research and give you some options if you don't have what this is I'm talking about. It's called a Dutch oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, I'm sure you can use a cast iron pan or something else like that. I'll give you the pointers, but I hope you enjoyed this little lesson in making a bread with a lippy.